Right, 5, 4, 3. Okay. From Eastlands podcast, this is a new series by Tim Wilshire. Today is the 18th of April. It's 2020. I'm 42 years old today. So in the background, you can see the lovely view from up on top of Mount Wellington of the Hobart area. So why the Eastlands podcast? Where did that come from? Well, Eastlands is a very popular shopping centre from where I come from in Hobart. Basically, there's a connection there. It's right in the middle on the eastern shore, very close to Rosny College, very close to the McDonald's there as well. So that's where it all came from. Yeah. So Eastlands, you can see it there in the background. Hasn't changed a lot over the years. What you basically will see with Eastlands is that all the shops were there, like I think it was Safeway, Woolworths, whatever it was called. You had all Kmart downstairs, Coles, all of those sort of things. But my mum used to work there as well. My mum was frequently working there for probably about a good decade, doing the information booth. And she's actually got a photo there. That's how good a job my mum actually did. So that's where the name comes from. What it's going to feature is it's going to feature a lot of my old high school friends growing up at uni, sports, ones that we played there, lots of different things, lots of different stories. I cannot wait to find out what everyone's been up to. It's going to be a great podcast series. And I thought it just in lockdown with COVID-19 going on, this would be a great idea to get it out there and see exactly what the feedback will be. I think it's going to be great. Really looking forward to the first podcast tomorrow with my good friend Daniel Howard, whose wife Banu had her birthday today. 42 years old today. There's some old photos. Dad with the big hair, the moustache, bit of the daggy sort of look, but that was the late 70s. Mum with the leather coats, and also the short hair, and also my pop there in that picture, John Wilshire, as well as you'll quite often see mixed photo come up in a lot of these particular photos as well. The school years. Now, as far as school is concerned, first school I went to was a kindergarten in Punchbowl High, and that was located on the south part of Launceston. We were there till about year 2 to year 3. Then we moved across to Burnie. And in Burnie, I was there from 3 till year 5. And then after that, we met my first girlfriend was at Burnie High too. And then Mum got pregnant to Christopher, and then we moved down to Hobart, and we ended up at Clarence High. But prior to that, there was Lauderdale and the Waimea Heights at Sandy Bay. Met quite a lot of friends at Lauderdale, including Matthew and Ben McDermott, who you'll hopefully may come across in your travels. Matthew Dennis as well. So, and then Clarence High, and then Rosny College. Rosny College was a good 2 years. I was very good at maths at school. Won the Japanese prize at high school. That's the leavers dinner photo there with the green bow tie. I remember that. Looked really tall and long there. Interesting. That's what starting to get a bit of a growth spurt. And sport was always one of those things where I really, really enjoyed. As you can see there, in the younger days, it was little athletics. Especially competitive with my brother Nick, who was 18 months younger. He was a very good runner, as fast as I ever was. He even broke some records. And also soccer. Loved my soccer. Played it from when I was in kindergarten. I remember an experience when I was very young. That the first time we lost about 3 or 4 games in, we actually had a loss to a very good team at Youngtown, I remember. And I remember I was bawling my eyes out. I just could not take losing. And throughout my childhood, I was always a bad loser. You know, would always get upset when we'd lose. So that was just what it was. But after a while, you just had to accept that and move on. So basketball, we played a lot of basketball from those early teenage years right till I was an adult, and really loved basketball, followed the NBA. That's how I followed the Hobart Tassie Devils, and then followed the NBA like Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls in the 90s. They were my favourite team back then. There's another school photo from Clarence High in Year 7. As you can see in the photo there, there's a friend that I've sort of kept in touch with over the years, Vaughan Barton Johnson. Mr. Kelly was a great teacher. Jackie Denny and Rachel Hutchings, as well as Dustin Hollick in that photo. Can't wait to talk to Dustin about what he's been up to in this particular podcast series. I think it's going to be great. Some neighbourhood friends that we had growing up. So this is one of the photos I found. It was quite a funny photo. I had to share it with you all. Aaron Sacco. I heard that he's had 5 kids, but I could be wrong. There's my brother Nick next to Aaron. Just trying to remember the guy in the purple shirt. I just cannot remember. But then there's Chris Bundy, who used to live down the road between our house and Nen's house. He used to love his fishing. He went to Dominic. Hope to have him on the podcast. He loved sailing as well. Then we had there's a Japanese student there, and then my good friend Gene Bartram, who's moved up to the Gold Coast and probably haven't seen him for 7 years. I really need to connect with him. That's me with the gridiron ball. It's a rubber gridiron LA Raiders ball. Love that. We used to have a bit of a game of gridiron. It was very fun. Purple. I can see the purple. The the hoodie, the Quicksilver hoodie. I used to love that. Wearing that around the place. Thought it was one of the best things of clothes you could do. Some family fun photos there. In the younger days, Mum and Dad used to dress me and Nick up to wear a lot of the same clothes. You can see we're both wearing a duck woolen jumper there, and there's certainly some other photos where we had the same sort of clothes on as well, dressed the same. There's another photo of us looking out the back towards the lovely Frederick Henry Bay. That was at the Lauderdale Beach. That's where we used to live on the deck there. There's an old Christmas with Uncle Shane as Santa and my little brother Nick. Quite funny that was. He actually still thought that was actually Santa. I sort of was about 8 and I sort of could read into it, and there's cousin Jay down the bottom. And then as we got a bit older and Nick sort of moved away to the Navy and then to Queensland, I sort of spent a bit of time with my younger brother. There's a photo of me with my classic going out that I had when I was about 18 or 19 years of age with young little Christopher, and he was very good at picking up girls when he was a young teenager as well. So very, very good. Different hairstyles. Let's just go through these ones. I can't remember that one with the big hair. That's crazy. Maybe I just didn't have a haircut for a long time, but the hair sort of grew out in that one in the middle. There's one there with bleached blonde hair where I think my cousin Amanda basically poured a bottle of bleach over my hair, and that was the end result. And there's the pimply-faced commish of the TRSBA with the Suns baseball jersey on. I used to love that baseball jersey. I used to actually support the Suns a bit there, as well as the Bulls. The Suns are another team that I like to see do well. And there's the Roaccutane that I used to take in order to combat those pimples. So those pimples were there. And that's an interesting photo I found. This is more recent. This is 20 years ago. So this is when I first got that white Corolla station wagon, which I did right off at Toombul Shopping Centre within the first 2 or 3 years of moving up to Brisbane. And that's the Mason de Bordeaux. And there's those rock sideburns and the sunglasses. So that takes me back half my life, that particular photo. Unbelievable indeed. But they're the different hairstyles. Uni graduation was always something you remember. That's a photo I found with the family that were there, younger brother Chris, Mum and Dad, and also Pop. And I guess to finish everything up with this preamble, it's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of good guests on the podcast, but I just wanted to make mention on my 42nd birthday that my lovely wife Fiona, I wouldn't be anywhere without her today. We met back Mother's Day 2011. And we got married less than 2 years later, proposed later that year, went for a holiday all the way across to, went for that holiday all the way across to Europe with the family. That was great at the end of 2011, but does a lot for me, and I just love her passion. She's really She's really, really good. Certainly has had a battle with health problems over the last 7 years, but we're there to support each other, and she's one of the best cooks and chefs you'll ever see. That chocolate cheesecake that she made, the keto-friendly cheesecake from yesterday, that was unreal, to be honest. That was so delicious that I really liked it at work, that's for sure. We've had so many good times together. We've had so many good holidays, and we went to Germany a couple of times. We've been to the States. We've been to New Zealand about 4 or 5 times. We're looking at we've got a house there that's getting built at the moment, so that's something to look forward to as well. But and obviously she's been to Tasmania a couple of times, and we really, really enjoyed going back home. Is Tasmania, as far as I'm concerned. I'll always have a special place in my heart for where I came from in Tasmania. Made the big move 20 years ago. It was a huge move. I've been in the same workplace now for 20 years. I've been on accounting for more than 20 years. The amount of tax returns that I've done, the amount of clients' financial accounts, the amount of people I've spoken to on the phone that are clients, there's a lot going on. We're in isolation at the moment. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what the world looks like sort of September 2020. What's sort of been happening at the moment is this JobKeeper thing. So that's taking our office off of work to make sure our clients are fully going to get their benefits when it comes to that. We're here to help. So, Eastlands podcast. Look forward to the guests. Look forward to tomorrow, Daniel Howard. God bless all. I hope that's been a trip down memory lane for some of you. And we'll see you again soon. Thank you very, very much.